Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the Ultimate Fantasy Locker Room. And today we got pressing issues. We're going to talk a little bit about Baker and a little bit about Zion. We got Ass of the Week, our first three-time contestant champion there. We're going to go a little bit into the bracket madness and our NFL rundown. But to join us for pressing issues, we got Antone Davis. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good, man. Straight out of Wawa.
Yeah.
Yeah, Antone, is it getting warm up there in Delaware, or is it still pretty cold?
No.
Yeah, you
tried for like a day. It tried for like 24 hours, and then it went back. It sort of snapped and said, wait a minute, I'm Delaware. I suck.
Man, you got to move.
Get back into the 40s.
Why do people live in Delaware?
It's a beautiful place.
Is it really?
I drove. Is it driven?
Driven.
Drove?
You've driven through.
Driven through.
You went through.
I've drove in.
I went on a little, I went around.
It's drove in.
I drove in through, and
That's definitely not it.
along the Delaware,
Like this.
these little
If I stretch my arms out, I could touch both boundaries, east and west.
There you go.
For such a small
Around
state,
the river.
it has like
It's
such
really
a
nice.
major through pass.
Really?
It's crazy. Yeah,
Through
well, I mean,
pass?
95 goes straight through
pass.
Delaware.
Is that it?
drove in through the through pass. Yeah.
Drove
Through
through
the-
the through pass.
through-
So,
through pass.
Antone, how many people live in Delaware, like total?
17.
Is it census?
17.
Well, not including yourself.
Oh, 16.
I was going to say 18 and a half, right? I'm not 100% sure of the population, but it's really not very many. It's 95 miles from top to bottom.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm also 95 miles top to bottom. I got to say, though, it might be our Wi-Fi or something, but we're getting a really good, clear picture of Antone today.
Yeah, you look good, man. Skin's glowing.
Yeah, we upgraded our Wi-Fi on to get a better picture of Antone because we
just
know
for that. Yeah.
It's paying off.
we know what pays the bills. Know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
yeah.
So
That smile, yes, sir.
It ain't Mark.
Nope.
it's not Mark.
It is not.
Mark's making bills. Speaking of bills, I made some money in Vegas.
Okay, talk about this. Yeah, how was your trip?
What was your budget?
I missed you guys. Well, I pulled
That
out.
was a great segue,
Like
fellas.
$100.
Yeah, thank you. I pulled out 8. I ended up only using 2, and I brought back 930.
All right.
Look at that, right?
Wow.
Yeah. So, funny story, and I won't take too much time on this. I've never been to a casino before. It was for my friend. My friend's getting married. He's engaged right now.
That's a gamble right there.
Yeah, yeah. And he also lost money on the weekend. So,
Of course he did.
he's getting used to spending money.
It's a bad omen.
It
It's
is
a
what it
bad
is.
sign.
Yeah.
Bad omen.
Get out.
We the first night we got there, I was kind of following my one buddy around because I wouldn't call him a pro gambler, but he definitely has we call him the sweatiest kid we know because he just sweats out like money. He just makes money off gambling. I don't know what he does. So we were following him around doing what he was doing, and he was telling us on this roulette table, okay, like black odd, red even, something like that. So I watched them kind of start because I was a little nervous to put my money in because I didn't know how the machine worked, how the screens worked, anything like that. So I watched him a few times. Like, okay, I think I'm confident in knowing what I'm doing. So I put my $50 in, and they say red odd. I'm like, okay. So I look at the screen, and instead of clicking red odd, I see, 9's an odd number.
Mm-hmm.
So I put $50 on red 9.
Oh, nice.
And they're like, oh, you messed up. Like
Yeah,
you
you messed up.
And red 9 hit.
Oh,
You did
wow.
So my
up.
very first bet of the entire weekend, very first time at a casino, I made $400.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
I would have stopped right there. I would have been like, that is it?
That was it for the night. I used house money up until the last night when I won big on a slot machine, and I think I pulled out with like 940 at a certain time, and I threw 100 on a roulette table. Didn't win that the last time. So
I thought individual numbers was 33 to 1 odds.
it was, I don't know, something like that. I either put $50 or
37 to 1, I think.
I either put 50 or 10 on it.
Man,
I don't remember,
That's crazy.
but it was yeah.
You must have put like 10.
Yeah.
10 gets you like 350. I'm
It must
sorry,
have been
I'm
10,
a
yeah.
that expert.
yeah,
10
it's-
gets you like 250.
I mean,
it's not 350.
Antone, it sounds like you've been to a couple casinos.
Sure has.
Unfortunately, I have.
Getting his Calvin Ridley on.
Me and you both, Harris.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he lives in
for that
Delaware, so it's like
representation I
17
got.
minutes from Atlantic City. So
Yeah. That's
So-
probably why you moved, huh?
yeah.
So, Antone,
Yeah.
did you go when you played, or do you still go now? Or
Both. When we played, that was back in the day when I would stick like $200 in my pocket and go, okay, this is my limit, and drive, And then now I've graduated up to a little bit more than that, but we don't go as much as we'd like to. We've been over to Atlantic City a couple of times since we've been back up here.
Yeah.
And I think Vegas once, maybe about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know, it's always like driving into Atlantic City, it always holds promise. Driving out, I always feel
I've
like
never really had a
shame.
bad.
Oh, no, I always feel shame
Knock on wood.
driving out
So
of
let
it.
me just
I'm
tell you-
broken
let me
even,
just
but
tell you really quick. The Baltic, all the cheap places on the Monopoly board,
yeah.
they all exist in Atlantic.
Oh yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
desolate land with an oasis in the middle for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's good that you got ahead. And
something.
did you see any shows? Anything else that you did?
No,
Showgirls.
We went we went on Fremont one
DJ
night.
Paulie D's out there too.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I didn't see him. Yeah, no, it was just a bunch of gambling and a lot of drinking, and yeah, it was fun time. I came out with a W, but not a lot of people did, so I'll take my winnings and go.
I mean, that's why Vegas is in.
Yeah,
I mean, it's in the black because most people don't come out.
Excuse me, what do you mean?
Vegas isn't.
What do you mean by the black?
I mean, in the positive.
Oh, okay.
there we go.
Positive because they don't. You know, most people go out and they lose.
I use it on some lame stuff though, like a deposit for the new apartment. And
That is pretty
I'll,
lame.
like,
That's awful.
like a vacuum for my girlfriend. Like
That's even
you
worse.
know.
You
Jesus
should have
Christ,
admitted
are you
that.
for-
But the way
43?
I think about it though, it's free money, so I'll use my money on like a tattoo. I'll use my money on a new car.
Well,
But-
you'll use it on the tattoo of the Eagles that we get, or the 76ers that we get to choose.
Yeah, I guess if
they win.
if you're still listening, comment down below and let me know what I should tattoo on me. Because if you guys didn't watch the last episode or a few episodes back, if the Sixers win the championship, something's going on me somewhere.
Andre Iguodala's balls. How about that?
Dude, if that gets like, I don't know, if that comment like gets like 1,000 upvotes, then I'll consider it. But
You know,
not after that. Bro.
I think with that comment, we're going to go right
Yeah, let's
into
go.
Pressing issues. What's the issue? If there's issues, we're gonna press them.
Yeah.
Come on down. Hey, baby, ready.
God, you sound so stupid at the end of
Thank you for saving me, Rocky. There.
Talk about pressing issues.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
Andrew Legal. I can't even say his name. So.
What?
Did you call him Andrew?
Andrew.
Andrew Inglewood?
Why do you sound nervous?
You
Are
know
you nervous?
why I'm nervous? Because I'm afraid I'm going to mispronounce this next segment, and you're going to make fun of me.
You've
You guys
already
make-
mispronounced Andrew.
Oh, I know.
Ingledow's
Yeah.
name.
Go. No, you got it. You can do it. Go for
You
it.
know, it's kind of like I have to say the opposite of what I want to say.
Just say the thing.
be correct.
Just say it.
Speak from your heart.
Go for it.
Just say it. Don't
say
think
it.
about it. Just do it.
We support you,
No,
no matter
I'm
what.
thinking about it.
No,
I don't know if we support you no matter
So
what.
we're
Do
gonna
it and say it fast.
we're going to talk about the situation with
No.
Baker Mayfield.
No,
Oh,
that's
come on.
not the
And
name.
how it's going to end.
That is
That's
not
what we're
the
going
name
to
of the
talk
segment.
about. We're-
You
the
said the
Baker Mayfield
the Baker saga.
situation. That's what we're talking about.
The Baker Sega.
So,
Baker saga.
what do you guys think? This is, I honestly, I feel a little bad for him.
Is it okay to say I don't care?
No, yes, it's absolutely okay. You don't care at all, and you don't care
What happens with him?
I think you're in the majority with
Well,
that, though.
let's paint a
That
picture for
opinion.
whoever might not know like what's going on with Mr. Mayfield.
Go for it, Rocky.
Okay, so and there's a lot that's come out after the fact. So at first, I kind of felt very bad for him because I felt like, man, the Browns had really done him wrong. They're shopping for his replacement. He didn't know about it. How terrible. But now kind of what's come out is they told him, you're our quarterback unless we can find a clear upgrade.
Yeah.
And they mentioned Russell Wilson. They mentioned Aaron Rodgers.
Every quarterback you begged for, basically.
They mentioned Deshaun Watson.
Wow, that's
except
ridiculous.
for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
So Baker's like a 5. That's like somebody, hey, I want to date you for a little while.
I don't think.
Can I say
Somebody
real
better
quick,
looking
though?
comes along.
I don't think they
Man.
even think he's a 5. I got to be honest.
I feel like,
well,
honestly,
five is average. So I'd say Baker's a 6.5.
Okay. So
I mean, if we're being fair,
I feel like as a business, that's almost like a classy move to say like, hey, like let's be honest here. Like you're the guy unless we
it's a business.
we score.
But I mean, isn't it obvious that if you can upgrade any position, you're going to do it?
Well,
like to come out and just tell him to his
that's
face
what I wanted to ask.
is like,
Anton, do you feel like did you know every year that your job was in jeopardy and that every year you could be replaced?
Rocky, when I was with the Eagles,
Go Birds.
we had that fear every Tuesday. They would literally bring in positions. They would bring in a person to try out, a minimum of one person to try out at every position every Tuesday during the season. So you were always, on point. You had to understand that you were always trying to be replaced. And really, I think this is a great lesson for everybody who gets upset at players when they leave and go to another team. They go, oh, he's just in it for the money, or oh, he's just in it for this. But what do you think these owners are doing? They're not just trying to win. They're also trying to save money. They want to win, but they're trying to save money. But this is the ugly business side that no one likes to talk about.
Yeah, well, and now what's come out is that his camp asked for a trade after the Steelers game last year.
Really?
And that they basically said, we're done with this relationship. Mm-hmm. So the Browns were still trying to make it work if they couldn't find anybody else. And Baker, I think, really just couldn't take it. He couldn't take it. Now, the crazy thing is there were 15 teams interested in Deshaun Watson that approached the Texans. Deshaun only said, I would waive the no trade clause for these teams. And that was it. There was 4 of them, right? There were the Saints, the Panthers, the Falcons, the Browns.
Which I find an interesting list in general, but I digress.
And anyways, so the other quarterbacks on those other teams handled it pretty well, but Baker didn't. I think Baker actually drove his value down by how he acted.
So let me ask you something, Tone, like regard to what you said earlier. Do you think there's a difference from, I guess, any other positional player on the team and the quarterback? Because especially a guy that's drafted first overall, like, yeah, you can be replaced, but when you make a guy like that your quarterback, you tell him he's the face of the organization, he carries this much weight and this responsibility, and the whole thing is kind of built around him. So you think maybe it burns or it stings a little more, and maybe he's expecting a little bit more respect or loyalty from the team, or is it just kind of the same across the board?
No, I think the minute he requested to be traded, I think all bets are off. I think the minute a player comes in the office and says, I want to be traded, that means I don't like it here, I don't like the organization, I don't like the coaching, I don't want to be here anymore. I think all bets are off at that point.
That's fair.
Yeah,
fair. Do we know who, like, the source that reported that he asked for the trade? Is it the Browns?
Well, it's Mary Sue Cabot, who is like the leading Browns reporter. So I'm sure she's getting it either from
somebody
Baker's agent or somebody within the Browns office. Yeah.
I mean, speaking of reports, like the sweepstakes for Baker are like really sad because his preferred destination, like on reports, was Indianapolis, and they go ahead and trade for Matt Ryan, which is a great move for them and for Matt Ryan. And the Panthers don't want him either, so. Yeah. Where does that leave you?
I mean, if you're Seattle, is Baker that much of a clear upgrade to Drew Lock?
I think so.
Okay, you think so.
But
what do you guys think?
I don't. I like Lock.
What's Seattle's what's their game plan though? That's the thing, because clearly like they are wanting to set up for the future, it seems.
Well, Pete Carroll says that he believes that they can win.
I'm sure he is
by running the ball with play action passes and their defense.
He's also old on the end of his contract.
He's built for. But, I don't – there's a lot of strikes in this issue.
You're all in on this Drew Lock guy, huh?
No, I'm not all in on him. But
I think in that kind of system, I'd take Mayfield over Drew Lock. I've seen Mayfield do it.
I think, there's a couple of things that come into play here. The reason why Baker's stock is so low now, right? So you had him walk into the office and say that he doesn't want to play there, right? So that's got to be a red flag for teams. Like, this guy can just quit on us. Then, secondly, how bad does it look when your organization not only tells you that, but then goes out and seeks a player that is facing probably at least an 8-game suspension, potentially up to a year, and goes out and fully commits to them and tells Baker, sorry, bud, but this is it. We're going to commit to a guy that's going to sit out half the season. You can play the first half if you want, and we would like you to, but then after that, it's curtains. They're kind of... They've committed to a guy that's not even going to play the first half of the season.
Well, I think, like you said, 14 other teams were willing to do that too. So I don't think it's
I don't think it was just the Browns.
That big of a deal.
I think in today's NFL, there's been a very clear, shift that if you can get an upgrade, especially at a quarterback, you're going to have to do
go
it.
for it.
I think that Baker, I think what's hurt Baker is how well OBJ left and how well he did immediately with the
that's
Rams.
true.
Yeah.
Because
That's another factor. I mean, this guy is it's factor after factor against him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the real pressing issue.
but
Like, where
had-
does he go? Like, what happens?
I don't know, but I think like had OBJ left and
sucked.
didn't look good, then they would have said, okay, well, look
Maybe
at-
it's not.
Yeah, how did Baker? This is why he didn't perform, because he didn't have a true X receiver.
Yeah.
Because Baker did have periods where he looked like a really competent starting NFL receiver, top 10
Quarterback?
quarterback. Sorry, yeah, I mean top 10 quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
So
Well, to put a ball on this, I think I just want to bring this up. Like, where are you at with the Deshaun Watson thing?
oh, I don't know. I'm all over the board. Anton, I don't know if you've caught up, but like I've read the depositions.
I've read it too. Yeah.
Yeah. So reading the depositions, and this is going to sound terrible, and I'm ashamed to say it.
Well, then you shouldn't say it. Yeah.
Well, it's not as bad as I thought. So I thought there was a lot more violence than what the 22 women said.
Okay.
So he's not as guilty in your mind as he was last week, then.
Right.
All right.
Right.
So can I?
But there's
But
22 women.
you've already hung him. How you gonna,
Right, well,
how
that's
you
what
gonna
I'm
breathe life back into him?
There's 22 women, and I still believe
But
something happened.
So I brought this up because I wanted to make a point because we kind of went back and forth over text this week, right? And it's just not even, it's just reminders. And the big reminder is that he had the chance to settle all this stuff before it became public. He could have paid them off because the lawyer that is representing all 22 of these women came to him with a 6-figure settlement for all the women. And he decided to fight it,
yeah.
knowing what it would entail, knowing that it would become public. So I think that does say something.
It does. And
All right.
it also says that 15 NFL teams spent 5 months researching this and decided to try to trade for him.
And two other things. Can I just?
Yeah.
That lawyer, who's like the lawyer for these cases, also lives about 2 houses down from the owner of the Texans. And, this is kind of conspiracy theory area here, but, it doesn't, it's kind of crazy that it lines up with the timing of him requesting a trade from the Texans. And that they're all represented by the same lawyer, and he was willing to fight it, never said,
Interesting.
even seemed like he was guilty the way he conducted himself. And it went to the federal, the grand jury. They could not bring charges. And like you said, 15 teams did their due diligence. So now, do I think something, when you say something could have happened, did he get a massage? Okay, maybe. Now, the thing that Tone mentioned before, the teams have, the masseuses that travel with them and all that jazz. And maybe that was a mistake on his part to go on his own and hire them, to leave himself open to something like this and have a gray area there. But, I mean, if we're going to go by the letter of the law, it seems like he didn't do anything.
It's really tough. I don't know. Anton, you have daughters too. You have daughters. Yeah. It's just really tough for me to get. I mean,
but that doesn't mean that doesn't mean he's guilty because I have daughters.
Yeah, I wouldn't agree with if he was proved guilty. I blatantly wouldn't agree with his egregious actions. But the fact that he's not, and what Phil's bringing up, he had a chance to settle, and he said, "No, I'm going to fight this publicly," knowing that his name was going to be smeared, knowing that people would debate this like we're doing all over the place.
But having gone to law school, there was no way to prove
Big flex
that he was guilty.
that was a humble flex. That was totally humble.
And there's no repercussion for them making the statements they make.
You're right.
Because if he does,
ways.
it's going to get thrown out when the judge looks at it because it infringes upon their freedom of speech.
That's right.
And then he has to pay also their legal fees for doing that.
So, but what I'm saying is it didn't hurt them to throw the mud, and it didn't hurt him not to settle because there is no proof.
Did hurt him to settle, not to settle.
Having sat
hurt
on
him in the court of public opinion.
Because if he settled, what you would have had is like a month of debate about it in the media saying that he settled what happened, and then it goes away because he plays.
Okay, but
what happened is we've drug it out for a year, and people think that he's a predator.
Okay, but
like you last week.
Yeah, and immediately they would have thought he was guilty if he settled out of court.
Criminally, he was found innocent.
Having served on the Supreme
Civilly,
Court,
I mean, the girls haven't given up the case.
I can tell you.
Right? They're still,
Well, of course they haven't. You realize they have a lawyer
right.
that kind of, well, I believe,
We don't matter right now.
rounded them up. And do you think the lawyer's going to stop pushing? Do you think they're just going to drop? No, they're not going to. I mean, what do you now, if it happened, I just tend to believe that it's just, I mean,
Yeah.
Saying they got to save face.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
I mean, look, the reality is these guys are targets. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, they just are. And people believe sometimes, in numbers, if we get enough people saying one thing, then we may be able to sway this or that. Again, I am all for the victims in cases like this. I think if something happened, I think it should be addressed, and I think players or whoever should pay for that. But if nothing happened, we have to also accept that too. And just move on.
you got to trust the process on both ends, not just that end.
Yeah, and there were one thing I found interesting is in the depositions there were 20 women that were masseuses that came forward and did deposition saying he never, I was his masseuse, he never did anything that was
some
wrong.
testimonials.
He never did anything that was untoward toward me, never made any advances.
And you still found him guilty?
I will say this, Rocky. I mean, I kind of can feel where you're coming from, but I will say this, and it was brought up last week. In my entire time in the league, I think I might have had 4 or 5 different masseuses. I would have never had 20 or 30 because you find somebody you like, and that's the person you go to, and that's just that.
Well, and I think that
seems like a lot.
Well, and I think that what is true is he did something happen with the women, whether it was consensual or not. It did. I mean, things.
That's possible.
Yeah. Oh no.
Is it possible they thought he was attractive and they slept with each other? Yes, very possible. I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, I don't know, but
Well, I'll throw out a hypothetical that's related and unrelated. I think Baker maybe. Can you imagine if Baker holds substitute until Deshaun comes back? What if they don't find a
I don't
trade
think
suitor?
that'll happen.
Okay, this is what I think the Browns are going to do. I don't think the Browns are going to trade him.
Yeah.
I think the Browns are going to hold him and wait. And no one wants an injury, but it's in the Browns' best interest to wait and see if somebody gets injured and needs a starting caliber quarterback next year to get a pick. Right now, the market is nothing for him.
He probably gets traded during camp.
Well, they had the cap space. It's only $18 million, which is a lot, but isn't a lot.
So do you start him or do you start Jacoby Brissett, who is going to be the main backup to Deshaun Watson?
I think you start Jacoby Brissett,
yeah.
But I think that if the Browns can, I think they wait until the market comes back, and I think it will come back because I think his agent is saying, "Shut your mouth, Baker. Shut your mouth."
I think training camp is where he gets traded because in the middle of the season, he's not good enough for a team to bring him in over their backup right now. I don't think.
Well, what do you think, Anton? Do you think that he gets traded now? Do you think he gets traded during camp or sometime next season?
Yeah, I think it has to be later now because here's the other element. If you don't have a good, solid quarterback identified, then you probably can't recruit receivers to come in and play on your team too. So he's affecting more of the team by being there. But if you bring in Deshaun and you then again, it's business. You I hate to say it, but you use Baker for what you can get out of him, and then you move him to another team.
Right.
And I think everybody winds up happy.
And you still need a third-string quarterback, and they don't have one. Nick Mullins isn't under contract.
And he's not going to do that. And he's not going to play third fiddle. He's just not going to do it.
Yeah. Well, you're probably not going to need a third, but, if you cut him, you eat the entire contract, you get nothing for him. So you may as well keep him, right?
You probably keep him.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
I mean, what you guys are saying, to be honest, it would be funny if he somehow plays substitute quarterback for Cleveland somehow, one way or another. But
and he's on fire.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Sometimes it's good.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens that way.
Just it is what it is. I mean, the only thing that I feel bad for was that he played through injury through all of last year. But at the end of the day, like Anton said, all bets are off.
Then
he was a warrior last year.
The Eagles swing a trade for Mayfield.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Send Hurts to back up.
No,
Watson.
thank you.
How about this? They send Hurts to us. We put him at receiver.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Maybe running back.
Maybe a tiny receiver.
Yeah.
Maybe running. So
Bill Polian over here.
All right, and our next topic, I'm going to pass it over to our youngest member of our team here, Zach.
Yeah, so speaking of players that could potentially get traded, I mean, we're going to flip to the basketball side of things that we cover on this podcast. Zion, you know, there's a report that came out that his foot injury isn't looking so good, that he's going to not come back for the rest of the season. So it really begs the question, like, what happens with Zion? Almost the Zion saga, if it starts or ends in New Orleans. Does he get traded potentially? Does he start to, like, pick at free agency in a few years? What happens with him? Don't answer at once, guys.
I've seen Rocky looking
Let me
up.
ask you, how bad is the foot injury? Is it what is the injury? Is it a Liz Frank?
I couldn't tell you. I think he fractured his foot during the offseason and he just hasn't been able to come back since. I mean, he has weight management issues and that plays a big factor in any lower body injuries for a basketball player. But they've shut him down. I mean, he could need a second surgery on his foot, but it seems like a fracture was what caused it at first.
Mark, what did you call him before the show? Very eloquently.
Fat son of a bitch, I think, right? Is that what I said?
Jeez.
Yes, that's what you called him.
Very subtly.
Yeah. I think his weight definitely does play an issue in this. It was not unlike Shaq. Like Shaq was, I mean, he was a game changer.
Yeah.
But as he got older, as he got heavier, he couldn't perform like he did when he was young.
Yeah, I mean,
That sounds
there's
like-
some guys that carry some weight that can ball. You know, big baby can ball. You know,
You talking about Big Baby?
Hey,
Zion.
you too, Mark.
Tractor trailer. Remember
Zion.
Tractor?
Hey, Mark back in his heyday probably was one of those guys too.
Nah, man, I was thinner back in the heyday. But Zion, so when Zion first came out, he missed the first half of his rookie season too, didn't he?
Yeah,
Due to
Something like
injury?
that, yeah.
He's been injury riddled, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's missed parts of every season.
And this is year 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is shaping up to be a little Greg Oden-ish.
I think he gets traded. I don't think he plays for the Pelicans. He's out for the remainder of the season. Obviously, the relationship is sour to the point where he's, you know, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? So
Yeah.
I think he wants out. Most people don't want to stay around New Orleans for too long, at least with the Pelicans. You know, it's been a little hectic down there. I think he winds up with another team. I don't think he plays for them again. Now, the weight management stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets traded to the right organization. They get that in order, but there's not a long track record or history with them being, you know, successful and
Able to handle
think
the
that-
stars, yeah.
I think, Anthony Davis walked out the door. You lost Chris Paul. I mean,
right.
yeah, I could see that turning around in a hurry because he didn't have those issues at Duke.
Yeah, I mean, did anyone else feel like when he got drafted to New Orleans, it was like, okay, I'll see you at another team in a few years? I mean, he signed his 4-year
No question.
extension back in
He wanted to
2022.
go. He wanted to go to the Knicks,
This year.
and I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't come back. You got Cam Reddish, R.J. Barrett, who's actually been one of the better.
He's been better. He's
players
averaging,
this year.
26 since the All-Star
26
break.
this
Yeah.
year. Reunite with the same threesome they had in Duke. I could see that happening. But if not, I see the Lakers. If LeBron winds up staying there, the Cavs. I've heard. He could go a lot of places. I just don't think he's.
So
I
you're
think
saying
the
it's
foot
over,
injury,
yeah.
him not coming back this year, is about the foot injury, but it's also about him not wanting to come back.
Anton, you said that he was a one and done player, and I think you mentioned that we didn't really have a long track record of him in college. So like we don't really know like
Yeah.
is this just who he is? Is he
Right.
going to be
Well,
injury prone?
To be fair, I've been following him since high school. And he, obviously younger, but he was still a heavy set kid in high school.
Yeah.
Right into college, and he never really missed time. And I'm not saying he didn't get injured, but I just think it's suspicious, a little bit. I don't know that he wants to be there. And
So okay, if you're the Knicks,
yeah,
make a trade offer to to get Zion.
well, if he wants out and he asks out at the end of this 3rd year, they have to extend him. They really don't have a lot of leverage. You could definitely trade a couple first, throw in a couple young players. I mean, Emmanuel Quickly, you could throw in. I would give up Obi Toppin for him, even though I really like Obi Toppin. But to have them, you could put together a package, and I'm sure there's other teams that could put together a comparable package. But I guess it just depends.
But don't you think he's going to demand something like Ben Simmons got?
I don't know.
Why not?
I don't think.
I mean, even though Ben Simmons isn't great, but he hasn't shown what Ben Simmons
Yeah.
has.
I mean, when he's played, hasn't he? I mean, when he's played, he's
I hate to
been a
admit it, but Ben Simmons was like Rookie of the Year defensive player.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Defensively, you're
All
right.
defense did he make all defensive?
I don't know.
Well,
He's out of my brain entirely.
This is what I'm saying.
Keep
The
asking him Ben
leverage
questions,
part of
make him
this,
sweat.
Yeah.
the leverage part of this is the big thing. Ben Simmons, They got that for Ben Simmons because the owner was willing to wait and have him not play for half of a season and have,
I think God we waited.
you know, with James Harden situation that cropped up. You couldn't have banked on that at the beginning. That just kind of happened.
Well, you're right. Yeah.
So they
KD
took a
injury.
risk with Ben Simmons. I think with Zion, you know, is New Orleans going to be able to stand pat and have him not play and take that gamble when they just made a trade to bring in C.J. McCollum? I mean,
well, I'm looking to
tough.
see if maybe I've got it wrong.
Is there a team right now that has the goods that could use his position and his dominance at times at that position
This
right
season?
now? Yeah. Well,
well, he's out for the rest of the
he's out
season.
for the rest of the season.
Well,
Well,
for next season, anybody
you said that
could use him.
he could potentially play.
No,
right? He's just
it's
choosing
just-
not to.
No, well, I'm assuming that, but it's already been. He said he's out for the season,
All right.
so
I mean, I'm just going to say
there's only about 13 games left.
Who's missing a piece like Zion? Like that's all they need.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know anybody that wouldn't want to take Zion on, depending on the price.
I mean, his stats are pretty stellar.
No, he's dominant when he's there, and that's why I mean
27 points a game. Only 24 games in his rookie season as a sample, but still 27 points a game.
No, he's been dominant, and all bias involved. I mean, to reunite him with Barrett, who's actually kind of coming to his own, I'd be very happy about that.
See,
they
I
have
think
the money to do
second
it.
I think a
Season.
pairing with Luka in Dallas would be incredible.
Second season, 61 games.
Maybe
61 games, 33.3.
He's not a facilitator though.
Minutes per game, 27 points. a
They
game.
both need the ball.
So we're in consensus that Zion's out of New Orleans.
Yeah, I think he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about pairing with Ja in Memphis?
I could see that.
Ja's got JJJ though.
Yeah,
Big body.
they have a good team already.
I
And I don't.
I see him in the Knicks or Chicago. That's where I see.
I've seen with Chicago. Chicago's got a lot of salary this year. Though.
What about Portland?
I think no, they're trading away pieces, and I think he gets moved this offseason too.
Yeah, well, apparently they want Jeremy Grant really bad in the offseason.
What about Lob City?
This offseason?
Yeah.
Lob City?
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy because you don't know what PG and Kawhi, like, when they come back, like, what that team looks like. I don't know.
Well, you can't turn. I mean, they got an owner that has the money to spend, so
I'm trying to think.
don't hurt yourself, right?
I guess LeBron did work well with Anthony Davis when he was healthy, you know, having a big body. And could you move Anthony Davis away from center?
Can you imagine? Oh, I thought you were going to say move him to
back to New
Pelicans,
Orleans?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, could you move him back out?
To center?
No, I mean, because he plays center now, right?
Well, where would you play Zion at center? Or what he?
I mean, you got
power forward.
where you putting him?
Hard
I
to
mean,
space the floor, though, with that, right? Well, are you saying
Yeah.
move AD or?
That's what I'm trying to. I'm trying to figure out how
Westbrook
that
doesn't
works.
stay.
That doesn't work.
I don't think that
Yeah.
works, unless you move on from AD.
It's tough. It's dicey.
It's intriguing,
Yeah.
though. It's intriguing.
Yeah, kind of dicey, like our ass of the week.
Anton, do you like basketball? Like, is there a sport? Because I know that
Solid
try, Zach.
solid segue.
I know that you are a NASCAR fan.
All right, where are we going with this one?
Right.
America.
Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's something different. You know, NASCAR is a totally different game. But yeah, I enjoy NASCAR races. But I like watching basketball. I like watching guys play. I like watching guys compete. But I wouldn't say it's the one I'm sitting down and lining up to watch. So.
Yeah. Fair.
I won some money on some DraftKings NASCAR this past weekend.
Did you really?
Yeah.
So who's your favorite driver? Do you have a favorite driver?
No, I don't have a favorite driver. I just kind of look at like I look at track records and obviously qualifying times and stuff like that, and then positions, and then
My favorite two
try to figure it out from
drivers,
there.
I got two drivers in my favorite: Ricky Bobby and Kyle Norton Jr.
Yeah, literally the only NASCAR I know is a project I did way back in
Shake
middle
and
school
bake.
on Dale Earnhardt Jr. That's literally all the knowledge I have from.
Anton, do you have a favorite driver, or you just like the speed?
Shake and bake.
You know, I just started watching again. Funny you even say that. I was a Dale Earnhardt guy, and then after
Yeah.
he passed away, I was
All
out
right,
of it for a long time.
Rocky's
Kind of like
stalking
Denny
you.
Hamlin. Denny Hamlin was brand new when we first. Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex were really just brand new to NASCAR, and so we kind of follow those guys. But I got some friends over there, and they got a couple of cars. So the one car and the '99 car right now is gonna somehow become my favorite. So we'll see.
Fair.
Sweet.
Martin Truex from South Jersey.
Is he really?
Yeah, I'm a big David Pearson fan. 105 wins. Definitely didn't just Google that.
Well, Anton, we appreciate you coming on as always and classing up the joint and a new improved picture.
Yeah, looking
We
great,
appreciate
man.
it, so.
Yellow's a good color in you. Looking good.
You know, this
Thank
is
you
like
guys, man.
this is
Appreciate
this fanboying here. It's
Who, me?
You're the one that
all
gets all
of us.
nervous.
All of us. No, I mean all of us.
I haven't been fanboying in a
Well,
while.
you kind of egg him on. You
don't
pander
worry.
a little bit, and then he follows suit. Like
I'm
he
not.
feels like he's
I'm not
gotta-
fanboying, Tone. Don't you worry, buddy.
Boing,
Boing.
boing.
Hey, thank you guys.
Boing.
Man. Good luck on your brackets the rest of the way. I know you guys are still in that 1% that still has a good
Hey, I've
bracket.
got Duke. I'm still in it.
I got 3 out of 4 in
All
my
right, man.
final 4. So
Take care.
Tennessee
Thanks,
hurt me.
Anton.
All right, Tom, take it easy.
See you guys.
Well, how else would you? Yeah, fanboying.
Fanboying.
That's a word. People say
you
fanboying.
said boing.
Oh, dude,
Well,
we
how do you?
should
Let me
hashtag
hear
that.
you say it.
Fanboying.
Fanboying.
That's terrible.
Fanboying.
Who's got a-
fanboy?
Fanboying.
Rocky's got a fang boing.
It's
It's the-
boing.
Yeah, boing.
Boing. That's what you said.
Well, how would you say it?
Dude, we could
Boing.
totally market that.
Fanboying.
I don't talk boing. I don't
Put it
talk
on
like
a
that.
t-shirt.
We can
Fuck.
for sure fanboying.
It's like Anton holding
I'm making a
Rocky,
t-shirt. Fanboying.
Ass of the week.
That guy's an asshole.
That's not the ass you want to be digging in. I'll just say
No,
that.
for sure, definitely not. But I have to say, man, that is definitely the sweetest drop we own, for sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
all
like
right,
it. It's okay.
all right, UFL Nation, we have this week for you our first
Yeah, this is important.
three-peat for
First
ass of the week.
First 3-time host.
First 3-time champ. I can't believe. You know what? It seems like a lot, right? 3. But this dude, we've debated him a lot more.
yes.
This could be like his 6th or 7th time
Yes.
on here. And this is criminally insane to me.
This might be the best thing he did.
Really, I mean, how this just proves like how narcissistic and aloof this dude is. The fact that Urban Meyer had no idea who Aaron Donald
again.
and Deebo Samuel were.
There was another player. Do you
As
remember who it was?
no, I don't
It
remember.
was Jamal Adams.
There you go.
Jamal
Jamal Adams. Yeah.
As an NFL, you were just hired to lead the Jaguars into the future
like
with
how you
their
said that.
franchise quarterback that they drafted first
With a
overall.
W.
Huh?
Jaguars.
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 See, I don't
Jaguars.
make fun of you guys when you guys misspeak. You know?
So what?
It's because you're debating in your head whether or not we did. You're always thinking, did they say that right?
No,
But-
I'm just a class guy.
We're all different. We all have different
Class
qualities.
act.
So.
You know, more so than Meyer. I mean, we could have put the Jags administration up here too for ass of the week.
For allowing it.
Seriously, how do you not do your due diligence? Like, ask this dude some questions about what he's going to face in the NFL. And if he's like, oh, I'm just going to face some guys on defense on the Rams, and I hear they have a couple of playmakers out in San Francisco. Couldn't tell you who they were. You know?
Well, do you know that when he was deciding whether he should go to the NFL, do you know who he consulted?
No.
Bill Polian.
No. Go further back. A college coach that went to the NFL.
Is it
Lou
a
Holtz?
Go further back.
Further back than Lou Holtz?
Well, I mean,
That boy, he about dead
Relatively.
now.
Holy shit, do we have to dig this guy up?
Jimmy Johnson. He
Jimmy
called
Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson, and he called the Ohio State players to ask them about the NFL. That's how he came to a decision
What?
Oh my
that
God.
he could handle
Maurice
the NFL.
Claret, maybe?
Maybe so. No, I said the NFL, not the Penal League.
When I saw that report about him not knowing who Aaron Donald was, I seriously, I really,
I thought it was
I
fake
thought it was a
news.
joke.
I thought it was
I
fake
thought it was
news.
a joke.
Part of it, a part of me still
But
doesn't believe
then
it.
I thought, maybe not, because
I
it's Urban
can't-
Meyer.
Yeah, exactly my thoughts too. It just blows my mind. And not only that, but like I'm looking at this report right now in sidebar. It's kind of funny when it says like more on Urban Meyer, and then it's Urban Meyer went to a Super Bowl party with Donald Trump. Jaguars disaster eats away at his soul. Oh, poor guy. It's crazy how he just imploded on
this
the
make-
entire team.
This makes a little bit of sense, though. Did he know who Trevor Lawrence was?
Probably not.
Did he know he drafted the kid from Clemson? Who am I?
I think he knew who
did he
Trevor
draft?
Lawrence.
Who did he
Trevor-
draft?
I don't know.
Etienne.
I don't know if
He
did.
drafted
or,
Etienne. Did he
yeah,
know who
Etienne.
James Robinson was?
I could
don't
see.
know.
I could see him sitting in the offices, the admin offices, and they're like, "You realize who we're taking with the first pick, right?" Yeah, that girl with the long
The
blonde
kid with the
hair.
long hair.
Well, so
I'd like to take him
What's
to a
her
bar.
name?
Do you think he knew who James Robinson was?
I think he knew.
Do you think he knew
Trevor.
who James
I think he
Robinson
knew
was?
Travis. I think it's possible
He didn't know who James Robinson was.
I think he said,
That's wild.
"Holy shit, we had a good running back here already. Like, I do
Hey,
think
who's this guy? Running back. Oh yeah.
is that how he talks? Is
I don't know. That's how he talks to my.
Who's
Look
LaVisker
at that face.
Shanu
It's a little more country with you, huh? LaVisker.
Supposedly he hasn't watched an NFL game in 10 years.
Yeah, his poor soul. He can't take it, apparently.
Believe it.
Now
I
it sounds
believe
like he was consulting Jamarcus Russell on the NFL, is what it sounds like.
Did you know that he also didn't instill confidence in like his players that he had? Like, because DJ Chark just signed with the Lions, and he says like DJ Chark quote unquote says he feels like threats are what motivates us, and no.
Well, listen,
it's not like college. It's not like college.
DJ.
I mean, he kicked the guy. He flat out kicked the guy
with Detroit for a lot of other reasons. Like
okay, but
millions of other reasons.
He's a good, come on.
Yeah, come on. I mean, you know.
I think I'm gonna side with DJ here, buddy.
Yeah. DJ Chark is a good player.
Are you trying to throw some bail to
the
Urban?
Browns? The Browns would love DJ Chark right now.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. But I'm saying that like, yes, he didn't like Urban.
But he didn't say
he got a good contract.
Well, he didn't say he signed with Detroit because of that. He just said that that's what Urban did.
You guys want another quote? Oh man!
Yeah,
Shout out New York
please.
Post for giving me content.
There you go.
Mayor says, "Hey Trevor, you've got to slow it down for him." Reportedly saying that to two players. These boys from the South, their transcripts ain't right.
Yeah. Did you hear that?
What? Quote unquote.
You know what? I can respect that. I like that.
He is deserving of this three-peat.
That's something I might say.
He was forced.
Yeah.
You know, he was forced out of Ohio State. He probably should have been forced out earlier. Supposedly,
he was threatened to the community.
Supposedly at
man.
University of Florida, he had a day.
Florida man.
He had a day where he forced it. He called it Tim Tebow Day.
Well,
He forced all the other players
Take
to
their shirts off?
No, he forced them to wear Tebow's number.
I like that.
And he drove around in a golf cart
Cranking out?
No, screaming, "Come get some!"
Cranking out.
You're lying.
I don't know why. No, that's supposedly a true story.
He's Florida man.
I don't know what "come get some" means.
He's you. Florida man that goes back to Ohio.
What it means is he's trying to get people to come over to take his protein shake. That's what that means.
What on earth?
Yeah,
Forcing everybody to wear the same jersey.
He always
That
has
sounds
to
like
go
a-
X-rated, right?
That's a fetish right there. That's what
you
that
have
is.
a fetish.
I think you got a fetish.
My God. I can tell you, I can 100% tell you, Tim Tebow has never been involved in any one of my fetishes.
No, but
Maybe the,
Urban Meyer?
maybe the position that he takes. Is,
basketball player with balls on your neck.
Andre Iguodala's.
Dude, do you even have a net worth of like 35 million like Urban Meyer has? Is it even is it worth it? Like, is it?
Yeah, it's worth it.
yeah.
it's worth it.
But one day everybody's not going to talk about him, and he'll still have the
he's
money.
still got the 35
Urban
million
Meyer.
bucks. Yeah. let's face
Listen,
it.
you could spit on me, curse me, my family's
yeah.
name, think I'm a horrible person. 35 million.
Well, let's go on to our next section.
Disappear.
We're going to go right into.
Off my leg. Hey, get him off.
The funniest thing is the nuts on my leg. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. So thank you,
Because
Zach.
that guy sounds like he's on the perimeter, like
Yeah,
not
he
involved
does.
in the play. It's just
sounds like it sounds like in Karate Kid.
what are you doing out here? Get in the paint. Get your nuts off my leg.
It sounds like Karate Kid when he screams, "Get a body bag!" You know, like that.
You're showing your age, right?
I know, I am.
Wow.
No, but
Wax
he
on,
doesn't
wax
know what
off.
it is, but
You talking about the one with Jaden Smith?
no.
Ralph Macchio?
That's the
original.
classic, right?
Yeah, the original. Which I don't. Are you guys watching the remake?
I've watched the first 4 seasons.
He's talking about the original with Sidney Poitier.
It's the worst, best show I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
What are you talking about?
You can't.
Cobra Kai.
on Netflix, right?
Now, what I appreciate about it is the guys that I actually liked the whole time, Cobra Kai, they're like,
Yeah,
they make them
they're
cool again.
Yeah.
Like they kind of sucked the, what's the other one? Raja, whatever it is, Raja Rondo though. What is it called? What is it called?
I mean, that's all I can think of.
Miyagi though.
Miyagi though.
what are you talking
They're
about?
kind of lame, bro.
Ray John Rondo, is that what you were
I don't
saying?
know. If you watch, have you guys watched it?
No,
yeah.
Have you?
if I know.
Okay.
They're freaking lame, bro.
Well, let me tell you
And
what.
Ralph Macchio,
Macchio.
he's Macchio, whatever. He's I mean,
Like a
come on.
Starbucks thing.
He's a
Listen.
car salesman. He's you.
He is.
Listen.
He's definitely a car salesman.
Listen, the fight at the end of season 1
In the school?
They're in school, they're throwing each other off of like second story. Come on,
Really got to suspend your imagination.
where are the teachers?
None of the teachers are black belts. Who's getting involved in that?
Yeah, they don't want it with those.
They
kids.
don't want no. But you don't want to be the teacher flying off the second deck.
Anyway,
Let them
It's
handle
definitely
their shit.
it's definitely over the top.
Yeah, it's not in the pay
Anyways.
grade there to throw on a black.
So what are
belt.
we talking
I
about?
personally couldn't believe that Hollywood would embellish something
Yeah, that
like
much.
that. I mean,
Oh,
seriously, Hollywood never embellishes.
Let's get right into our brackets.
You ever seen Brokeback Mountain?
I have not. Have you?
I can't
You
say I
watched
have.
Brokeback?
Yeah.
I want to stop
great
this.
movie.
I want to stop this so badly. now.
Great performances.
Yeah.
Based on Rocky's life. Embellished.
Have you ever seen the movie? And so you are.
Check it out.
you
Heath
should-
Ledger.
Can't say I have.
And what's his name?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal. He knows the
He knows
guys.
too. He knows too.
Hey, great actor actually.
Hey,
You were
great
quick on that.
performances.
I can't quit you.
You know, that sounds like your
honest
Urban
to God,
Meyer.
I've never seen that movie.
It's a good movie.
I haven't seen it either.
All right.
You're afraid? You might feel something?
No, I don't like drama.
Or he might fan.
You don't like dramas?
No, not really.
He's afraid that if he watches Brokeback Mountain, he's going to fanboying it.
I don't watch. Good point. I don't like dramas for the same reason I don't want to watch This Is Us.
But you watch Cobra Kai. That's a
gotta-
drama.
No, it's kind of an action
Action.
drama, though. You know,
But it is a drama, though.
Yeah.
I usually don't. Go
It's
for
a
stuff like that
melodrama, a teen melodrama. So you're more into that. You watch Teen Wolf on MTV?
I haven't watched.
you know
it,
where
but
it's
I
from,
would
though.
watch it. I haven't watched it, but I would watch it.
Yeah, you
I don't want to watch This Is Us. Like I don't want to watch anything that's sad. Listen,
either. You know what's funny
I got
about?
enough real life.
I
want
don't
to laugh.
I don't like stuff like that either. But Tara's been watching This Is Us, and
Oh,
for
yeah,
me,
you
it's like
hate it.
it's like
Yeah.
background. It's like background noise. But I'll catch myself watching. I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty entertaining.
Because you like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
there you
good. It's got good writing, and it's actually a lot funnier than it is drama too.
Hey, tell you what though, Phil will tell you exactly what channel and viewing time that a Teen Wolf will be.
Oh, yeah,
on.
Teen Wolf MTV.
7:30 Eastern time.
I've never watched an episode, but yeah, we
sure.
should reset it.
Okay, so we'll go right into.
I have watched Vampire Diaries.
Star
The first
football
5
player.
minutes, I was like, I can't.
Holy shit! I didn't see that coming.
This is like every movie that came out in the 90s. I can't watch
Oh
this.
my god, he leads the school in rushing. My god,
He's a 5-star recruit?
what a shocker!
Wait, the white guys don't accept him?
Look, watch out for his blind side. Oh,
Wait,
there we go.
he's
We got a
He's
sequel.
got an edge?
This is why it's called a guilty pleasure. It's like partying in the USA. Don't
But
tell
wait,
me. Wait, don't
He's
tell
gonna
me you don't
date
like
the
that
hot
song.
girl? What?
Hey,
Tell me he goes in the first round. Does he go
Don't-
in the first round? He goes in the first round. Oh,
don't
my
tell me
God.
you don't. When partying in the USA comes on, don't tell me you don't sway a little bit.
Oh, I like Party in the USA.
Okay, that's a
I like
that's a
that song.
guilty pleasure.
You're talking about the Miley Cyrus
Yeah,
song, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a guilty
Where's
pleasure.
the wah in that?
Yeah.
That's the part of
It's,
the beat.
it's up here.
You guys aren't musical like me, so.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Clearly.
That's why it's called a guilty pleasure. You don't necessarily want to admit it,
You dance to that?
but
I
know,
don't dance to it. I sing along, but I don't
Well, he
dance.
definitely said dance. He said, "Tell
I
me you don't
dance.
dance around to it."
I dance. To
No,
it.
I
And
sing to it.
Listen,
It goes like, I hopped off the plane at
Don't tell-
LAX.
there's some.
I know the melody. I know the hook.
A
though.
dream in my car.
There's some teen song that his daughter's listening to that he's dancing to.
I don't like how your fingers
Welcome
go.
to the welcome to the land of Fame AX. Whoa, am I gonna fit in?
There you go.
There we go.
Everybody can relate to that.
All right, so
And the Jay-Z song was on.
Yeah,
There it is.
Yeah,
bullshit.
how are our brackets doing? Because mine got.
Mine is decimated, man.
How many of your Elite 8 are? I have half of my Elite 8 still here.
I got to bring it up.
I don't even remember, to be honest. I just know my Final Four. I got one guy left.
Who'd you guys pick for your winners? Let's recap for the. For
I
people
had
watching.
Gonzaga
Nice.
winning, so I got them.
I had Kentucky.
So I've got 3 of my final 4 still in it.
Who'd you
Good
pick to win
for-
this all
good for
again?
you,
I
fuck.
picked Arizona to win.
Okay.
So I have Gonzaga, Arizona, and Kansas still in it.
I redeemed myself because I called the podcast the biggest upset in the
You
first
did.
round.
You did.
But then I also took Kentucky all the way. And
Yeah. So you were both sides of the
Coin.
spectrum there. Yeah.
hey, I prefaced with I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, I had Gonzaga, Tennessee.
And I totally don't think.
Tennessee killed me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tennessee hurt me.
Yeah.
Hurt me bad.
I don't think The reason for me picking Duke to win it all is just because of the narrative of Coach K's last season. That is strictly it. I mean, obviously they lose to UNC in the regular season.
That's a good game with Michigan State too. I watched a lot of that.
It had me on the ropes for a second too.
Surprisingly, a lot of good games though. A lot of close games.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
God, I'm watching Michigan State and Duke play versus watching what was it? Ohio State. Who did they play?
Loyola.
No, before that, the game we were watching. Would you come over Sunday?
Yeah,
Ohio State,
Villanova.
That game, the difference in those two games was like watching the NBA and oh my God, they could not put the ball in the hole.
Ohio State made a good run, scored 15 points. You know, they cut it.
Yeah, I thought they were going to lose, right? And then they won, right?
No, they lost.
Okay, well I turned it off.
They cut it. they came back from 15 points down to cut it to 2. You know what's really
Who did Ohio State?
Yeah. What's really and then they still lost by 10.
Yeah, they suck.
What's crazy about college basketball is that like Ohio State, Villanova, Ohio State, they have the 2 best players.
He didn't look like the best player
court
in that game.
Well, I know what you're saying. You're right. They didn't look great, but they have the 2 best. They had the 2 players that will play in the NBA. One is going to be a lottery pick, but Villanova had a much deeper team, and in college, a deeper team.
Who's the lottery pick on Ohio State?
Liddell.
Oh, he didn't look like it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get it, but he will be a lottery pick, and then,
So you say.
Okay, yeah, I mean.
Dude, so my bracket.
I'm just fucking.
You ready? You ready for this? So my bracket, right? Going by the traditional bracket that everyone prints out. The West and the South are up top. 7 of my 8 selections made the Sweet 16 in the top 2 brackets.
Nice.
In the bottom 2 brackets.
You're good at something.
In the bottom 2 brackets, I have 2 of the 8.
Oh my god!
And it's the same matchup. It's Kansas Providence. So I'm only getting one of those teams through to the final.
Okay, so let me lead us each game by game, and we'll each say who we think's winning.
Can we just say it?
Yeah,
Do we have to really talk about it?
No.
we can just
In fact,
throw it out,
I don't want you to say it, Mark, or talk about it, Mark. I just want you to say it,
Mark.
Okay. All right.
Mark our words.
Gonzaga versus Arkansas.
Gonzaga, because I got to win in the whole damn thing.
I got Gonzaga too.
I got Gonzaga too. But the reason I have Gonzaga, I'm just kidding.
You're good.
I was
You
about
got
to
me.
shoot him.
I was baited there. Yeah, I'm taking Gonzaga too. I actually have both those guys making it, so I'm just going to stick with what I originally had.
Okay. Texas Tech versus Duke.
Yeah, I mean, I also have both those teams there, so I got to go with the team I picked to win.
Duke.
I got Duke also.
Wait, I have to say something about this though.
No,
Does this not feel like? I mean, it's Mike Krzyzewski's swan song.
No.
Do you think that the NCAA wants him to win his final?
Only if it's choreographed. Yes.
It's hard to narrate and choreograph.
Okay.
March Madness though.
In the East, NC versus UCLA. UCLA.
I got the Tar Heels.
Oh fuck! I mean, I had none of these teams being here, so I'm just gonna have to go. I'm going North Carolina too.
Yeah, buddy.
I had UCLA, so I'm going to stick with them.
All right, bro, we're split on
North Carolina decimated Baylor, man. You got to go with the Tar Heels.
No, that's such a big win.
Purdue.
Too emotional.
Purdue versus New Jersey.
Going
St. Pete.
Jersey Cities.
Gotta
St.
go, yeah.
Pete.
Dude, I'm going St. Pete.
My uncle, I mean, they're the story of the tournament, right? So
Absolutely.
my uncle graduated from there. I've been there a few times on their practice court.
Greatest story in years
Yeah.
in the in the March, Madness. I
There
agree.
you got there.
Purdue.
Yeah.
I'm picking.
Well, I can
Purdue.
see that too, but I got to go with St. Pete.
Well, only
St.
because
Peter.
they listen. At some point, the luck runs out.
You son of a bitch.
But now, so this is
No,
where I'm going to argue with you.
You're going all chalk
If
here.
you no,
You're
hey,
going
hold
all
on.
chalk.
This is where I'm going to argue with you.
I'm okay.
St.
with that.
Peter's didn't win those games by luck. They dominated a lot of those games. Did you watch the games or
Dominated.
did you look at the box
Beat
score?
Murray
I
State by
watched-
10.
I watched
you see
the
the coach-
second game. I didn't watch the Murray State game.
Dude, they beat
were
Kentucky
They
by
weren't
6.
throwing up Hail Marys, and
Kentucky-
they controlled a lot of the game.
The story of Kentucky's season has been their up and down play. That's been Kentucky's
They
season.
still probably the
St. Pete is-
first or second most talented team in the tournament.
You seen the St. Peter's?
Pete is impressive, and they're absolutely not a laughing stock. They didn't,
I don't argue with them losing to Purdue, but to say luck, I don't think they're where they are because of luck right now.
Here's why I think Purdue beats them. Number one, I do believe that at some point the better team wins. Purdue is a better team.
We'll see.
The defense.
Oh, I hate you right now.
The defense
I know.
of Purdue.
Goddamn mood killer.
The defense of Purdue, I think.
You're
wins
Baker
out.
Mayfielding this segment.
Okay, Arizona versus
Wait.
Houston.
I also picked
Oh, you did? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree with almost everything you're saying, but I got to ride the wave of, Coach
St.
Holloway's
What is
Coach
St.
press
Pete? What are they?
conferences.
St. Pete what?
St. Peter's
Peacocks.
College.
Peacocks?
Oh, dude, I don't know what the freaking
You gotta let them
mascot
spread their
is.
wings and fly. You son of a bitches said that we weren't going to talk about any of these matchups.
Yeah, well,
and we just went on a
no,
10-minute
he-
tangent.
no,
He
wasn't
attacked
he?
me. He attacked me.
Wasn't he? He started
Arizona,
saying the luck runs out and
Arizona
all that
versus
bullshit.
Houston. I pick Arizona because I pick them to win the whole thing.
Whoa.
I picked. Man, this stuff. I like Houston. Looks good.
Houston does look
They
good.
do look good. I agree.
You know, I go Houston, man. Arizona almost lost that game.
Nah, Houston sucks. They beat UCF every time I've watched the games. We're going
well,
with
that means
Arizona.
they're probably good.
Arizona.
Mark, what do you
I'm
got?
going Arizona.
Yeah.
Michigan versus Villanova.
I go Villanova.
I'm going Villanova.
Villanova, baby.
I have Villanova being here and then also passing this round, so Villanova.
Okay. We've got in the Midwest, Kansas versus Providence.
Providence.
I got Kansas.
I'm going Kansas because that's
Yeah, I'm
what my
going
bracket's
Kansas.
telling me.
I am
Kansas as
going
well.
Providence here.
Yeah, I had Kansas in my Final Four, so I'm going Kansas.
Yeah.
I'm going Kansas.
Iowa State versus Miami.
You're going Kansas now? I thought you said Providence.
no, I was like surprised Providence. I didn't realize they were there.
I'm going Providence. I'm rooting for the underdog here too.
Okay. Iowa State versus Miami.
I got Miami.
I'm going Miami too.
I got Iowa State.
Yeah, I mean, I have a really big Miami friend, so I got to go Miami here.
Okay. So
Their
now,
guards are playing well.
so now you got to remember
Old school basketball.
Got to remember who you picked, right?
Okay.
So take us to the next round.
Oh, that's a challenge.
All right, I got Gonzaga beating Duke.
Okay. I have Gonzaga beating Duke also.
I got Duke beating the Zags.
Okay.
I ditto Mark. Duke all the way.
Boom.
Okay. In the next, in the other region, I've got Arizona beating Villanova.
I have. Who the hell did I pick? Oh, yeah, I picked Houston. I have Villanova beating Houston.
I have Nova beating Zona.
I've got Arizona beating Villanova.
Okay. In the next region, I've got Kansas beating Miami.
Oh shit, I said that backwards. I got Zona beating Nova. I got
Okay.
Arizona there.
Okay.
I've got Kansas beating Miami.
I also have Kansas. Yeah, I have Kansas beating Miami.
Yeah, I got Kansas going to my Final Four.
I have Iowa State beating Providence there.
Wow.
Okay. And then in the last region, I've got
We don't always have to go chalk, boys. You can think outside the lines here. You can take a little gamble. Okay?
I'm going with my bracket.
you can
that's
risk
still
it a little
the
bit.
other region.
You can go red 9 if you want to. You can go red 9
Did
because
he
it
miss-
hits
he's
every
an
once in a
idiot,
while.
right?
It hits.
Did he miss the don't talk about it?
Hey,
Yeah.
I'll let you know. My bracket
Who's going
ranks
chalk? You talking to
9.6
me?
million,
Everyone,
okay?
you guys are all going chalk.
I went Houston.
Yeah.
I went St. Peter's. What are you
yeah, but
talking about?
then you went Nova over Houston.
So do I gotta go?
I don't give a
I gotta
shit.
go chalk. I can't go chalk at all.
No,
Okay.
I'm just
Next
gonna pick
region.
the right team.
be a goddamn man, Phil.
I am being a man, not listening to your dumb ass. You
Jesus Christ.
Next region, I'm going.
don't even know why
Purdue.
you're picking down the dog.
Next region, I'm going Purdue to beat UCLA.
I'm going UCLA over St. Peter's.
Okay.
Next round.
I got North Carolina over St. Peter's.
I got to go the same. North Carolina to the Final Four.
Why are you
somehow.
going with St. Peter's? You fuck.
Because I like the Tar Heels. And the Tar Heels are an underdog anyway. They were
Not in that game.
They were 9 seed.
Not
All
that
right.
game.
8
Okay.
seed.
Next round, I got.
We're really doing this. Doing
Jesus
the whole thing, huh?
Christ. The whole
got-
thing.
Yeah, we got to go all the way because I got the
okay.
final. I got
I'm not
Gonzaga
agreed to
versus
this.
Gonzaga versus Purdue, and I got Gonzaga going to the championship.
I like how you say Gonzaga.
Yeah, I got Gonzaga beating UCLA.
I got who do I have here?
Yeah,
have
where am
Duke,
I
North
looking
Carolina.
now?
Oh,
It's not
shit.
hard, guys.
I got Duke, North Carolina here. Oh,
Yeah.
man. I got Duke.
Okay, you have Duke, I
Yeah.
believe, versus.
North Carolina
Yeah.
also.
I got to go Duke.
Okay, and then in the other region, I've got Arizona versus Villanova, and I've got Arizona going.
Oh, I got Houston versus Villanova, and I got Villanova going. Oh, no, I'm an idiot. I got Villanova versus Kansas.
Actually, wait, I think I screwed up.
Yeah, you just fucking shit.
Yeah, I think it was Arizona versus Kansas, and I have Arizona
Yeah,
going.
you threw me off.
So it's Arizona versus Gonzaga for me in the championship
I got Villanova versus Kansas, and I will take Villanova
to win the whole thing.
to go to the championship
To go to
against
the
Gonzaga,
championship.
Rocky.
Okay.
Come on. Stay with the program here because I have no idea.
This is your thing.
I went, all right.
It
So
doesn't
I've,
mean I'm going to be good
I think
at
I
it.
have Arizona going up against Iowa State. So I'm going to go Arizona.
Okay.
Now I'm lost.
Who are your two teams on each side?
Yeah, two teams
You
from
have
the South and Midwest.
South versus the Midwest.
You have Duke on the bottom, on the top.
So
and
I got
then
Arizona versus Kansas, right?
Yeah.
That checks out.
Who do you think's going to the
Okay,
championship?
that's good because that checks out with my bracket. That's still I'm going to go with Arizona.
Okay, so my championship, I got Gonzaga versus Arizona. I have Arizona winning.
All right, I guess I'll follow up. Duke. I got Duke versus Arizona, which is I'm going by the phone, and I got Duke.
Okay.
My bracket's live, baby.
Yeah, I got Gonzaga versus Villanova, and I got Gonzaga.
And I have Duke versus Arizona.
Carry
Duke,
the 3.
Duke, Arizona. I got Duke. Duke's going to win it all. I'm telling you, it's Krzyzewski's swan song. Coach
We
K.
got Duke,
Zags.
and Arizona.
Zogs. You didn't have Duke originally, did you?
No, I hate Kentucky, man. That's why I'm
that's
trying to
right.
make up with this.
All right, let's move on.
Duke Goose.
So let's go on
Last
to
week our episode was like 2 hours.
Let's
It's
go
way
on
too
to
long.
our next section, and this is going to be another long section probably.
We have something coming in
Super
from
long.
Jared Schefter.
What the hell is a rundown?
This is new.
What the hell is a rundown?
Nice, Rocky. I appreciate that.
Okay, appreciate it.
So NFL rundown. Is that what you're talking about?
Shortest drop.
So what I noticed last couple of days, I just wanted to talk about before we get into the meat of this is just the change. Yeah, the NFL's been a 12-month league for a while now, but there's always been this kind of dead part, especially free agency trades. You know, the NFL moves a little bit slower, but I mean, with all the movement, with the quarterbacks and the free agency and the trades, it's been a little crazy. Reminding me of the NBA, and what it started to make me think about is our NFL teams and franchises starting to reevaluate or change the value they place on their quarterbacks. It feels like, you know, guys that wouldn't have been traded or even thought about being traded years ago, it's been momentum the last few years, and guys are just getting traded left and right. Guys in their prime. Russell Wilson would have never been traded. I mean, 6 years ago, would they have traded Russell Wilson? I'm saying at the same point in his career. I'm just saying the same. Right. It just wouldn't have happened, I don't think. I think
and then
the league's a lot more open.
Yeah.
That monumental. Because what did they get? What did Seattle get for Russell Wilson?
They got Drew Lock. They got
Noah Fant.
A few
They got
picks.
3 number 1 picks.
Something like that.
Right? Yeah. Okay. So that's and Russell Wilson is 36.
No. What?
33.
33.
Okay.
2 first-round
So
picks.
he's
2
got a lot of
second-round
football
picks.
left.
Okay. 2
and a
firsts, 2 seconds,
And a 5th.
a 5th,
And
Lock, and Fant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a 4th.
That's a pretty big. That's a pretty big haul for him, which is good. You know, and you make a good point, man. The NFL, it seems like it's turning into the NBA.
The philosophy, I think, has changed. Like, you would have gave up that package to draft a rookie at number 1.
Right.
And now it seems like people are putting more stock in the commodity of an established guy.
It almost seems like from the lead office, like either pressure or incentive came down for the NFL to shake things up a little bit this past year. Because, I mean, I don't think we've ever had historically so many key players on teams, like cornerstones of franchises being shifted around, or at least involved in trade and free agent signing talks. You know, you can throw Aaron Rodgers' name in there as well. You know, then you had Tom Brady retire, unretire, and then all of these, you know, all these power moves, man.
I think
Russ goes out to the AFC West. You have Deshaun Watson flipping teams there in the AFC North. I mean,
Mariota just got signed by the Falcons. Matt Ryan going to the Colts.
yeah, I mean,
Okay,
Carson
so
Wentz
to
going to Washington.
I think it's honestly somewhat due to the rules over time have changed to it's become a passing league.
Yeah.
And so you can't just run, like you got to pass.
Yeah.
And so there's a premium on these quarterbacks.
Yeah, but teams also trading them away. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, which is weird. But I think that they're trading them away because you've got a team like the Browns that'll give you 6 picks.
Yeah.
You got a team like Denver that'll give you.
That's a good point.
Yeah. You know, so yeah, there's incentive now to trade these.
So maybe
quarterbacks.
the value has changed. Maybe they're valuing the picks less and the established quarterback more.
So if I was thinking about it as an NFL GM, I'd probably deploy a situation close to what I do in our league, right? In our GM managed league.
It's pretty bad.
No, I have like a 3-year plan, right? So every third year, I end up turning over my top tier guys and getting an overhaul picks. That way, I know I might have a down season, but now I'm going to be good for another 3 years, and then I'll do the same thing. Obviously, in the NFL, you have a longer shelf life with these guys. So if I'm Seattle and I'm thinking, well, Russ is 33. Let's say he ends up playing like Tom Brady. He's 42. He's got 9 more years. He's at the tail end. If I can get him.
But wait, isn't Tom 45?
Yeah, but Tom is the first Tom.
Yeah, to be 45.
Is he 40? I thought he was 42.
He's going to be 45.
Oh, is he really?
He's going to be 45 this year, though, right?
Yeah, but I mean, he's
August
the aberration. So you're saying,
Well, so you have Rodgers, who's 38. He just signed a 3-year deal, so 41. You have Peyton Manning left, whatever. You're looking at these top tier quarterbacks lasting till about 40 if you're lucky, right? 40-ish. So now if I'm Seattle, I'm thinking, well, he's still semi in his prime. He's still got a good arm. I can probably now look towards my future. And you're looking to get an overhaul of picks, bring some guys in that you can work out young. So you're going to bring somebody in that's 21, 22. Shit. They might be a project until they're 23, 24, 25.
but you got time.
But now you have that 8, 9, 10-year span between the difference in age of those two to now have your team set going forward where, the 3-year plan that I deploy is more like a 10-year plan in the NFL.
What do you think, Zach?
I don't know. I mean, being someone that's younger, that's like seeing all this happen now, I think it seems that GMs are taking less value in picks itself. That, you have the Les Sneads of the world that really give away everything for a guy that can win you a Super Bowl now. I mean, we literally just saw it happen.
Yep.
So I think there's more maybe pressure on kind of to go with the time thing. Maybe like these teams know that they don't have a whole lot of time. Like they have
that's the opposite end of that spectrum.
It's a copycat league, right? And as soon as Stafford won with the Rams, I guess you could have kind of forecasted that.
I think you saw
a lot of teams are going to try to do that. Yeah.
The last 2 years, the teams that went for it all won the Super Bowl.
And to just transition, after the chips fall where they have, I think what you were saying is that we're seeing kind of a power imbalance between
big
NFC
time.
and the AFC.
Big time.
Okay, last year in the NFC, I think you had at least 5 of the top quarterbacks in the league. Now, name the best quarterbacks in the NFC. You've got
Aaron Rodgers
and Brady, 1 and 2.
Stafford.
Give me 3 and 4.
Stafford
for sure.
Probably Jalen Hurts. Just kidding.
Yeah, well,
I'd say who would be perceived as the next best probably
Dak
Prescott.
Okay, so now think about that.
Lame.
So you've got Aaron Rodgers, Brady. Everybody's saying yes, yes.
And Stafford, I think you could put. Stafford's yes.
But there'd be a discussion, and I think Dak there'd be a discussion.
As far as what though?
I think people. Not everybody's going to say it's not universal like it would be with
I think Stafford's universal top 10 quarterback right now.
Yeah, top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
Top 10 for sure.
That's what we're talking about, right?
Now, look at this behind us, the screen. These 12 teams are going into next season, and they, in their mind, are saying, we are making the playoffs. You got Josh Allen, you got Burrows, you got Lamar Jackson.
Every team starts 0-0, Rocky.
Right. You got the Browns who just traded for Watson. Steelers made it
But he's not
year.
half the season. Ah, man, you are just...
No. Listen,
What's he saying?
the Browns
He said the Browns. The Browns are going for it this year.
What
they are going for it this
What I
year.
said is the Browns are going into next year saying we're making the playoffs. I didn't say they're going to make it. Chiefs definitely,
You're Bears
Raiders
fans,
definitely, Chargers definitely, Broncos definitely, right? Do you agree those 4 teams?
The whole AFC
for
West.
sure. The AFC West.
So
Yeah.
tell me, only 7 can make it. Tell me who's not going to make
I'll
it.
say one thing about the AFC West thing. Yes, we all said this about the NFC West last year too, but things happen.
Okay.
You're right.
So I mean,
So
the
kick
safe
out-
side of
kick
me
out
says
2
take-
teams.
Well,
I think
would
it's
say take
interesting,
one
real
out.
quick, that none of us mentioned Kyler Murray when we said top quarterbacks.
No, we
in the
didn't.
NFC.
Oh, I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, no, but
Look
that
at
says
that.
something that we didn't even think about it.
That's what I just
So
said.
immediately my top
That's
2
what I
out
just
of there are the Patriots and the Browns.
Okay, yeah, and I would
Yeah.
agree you kick out the Browns because you don't know if it's going to be a 4-game or a 12-game. You have no idea.
I think the Steelers, right? You said the Steelers?
Steelers are probably right on the fringe. They'd probably be the 3rd team I kick off that list.
Okay, I think
Who's
the
the other team?
Patriots, to me, the Patriots are iffy because we don't know what we got with Mac Jones.
I almost like the Steelers more than I like the Titans.
I feel like we should have a second screen in front of us. This is hurting my neck, Rocky.
Yeah, the way you got it. Let
I
me
mean,
see. So we got to eliminate how many teams? 3?
No, you
Well,
gotta
altogether, you got to eliminate 5, but he was asking you to
Fuck.
the top 2 that you would eliminate.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you
probably
got
be
12. You got to do 5.
Browns,
Right?
Yeah.
Browns, Steelers, top 2.
Patriots. I would eliminate.
I
the
wouldn't
Patriots.
eliminate the Patriots.
Okay, but you have to eliminate 5.
But you don't have to tell me to eliminate.
No, I'm saying, but but
I thought you said top 2.
well, I'm saying he's right. If only 7 can make it,
Oh, all right.
So there's probably going to be two from the.
Hey. Do your job better, okay?
There's probably going to be two from the AFC West.
I'm gonna go super unpopular here. I'm not going chalk at all, right? So I'm going. So Patriots,
That's your motto, huh?
Patriots, Browns, Steelers, right? Were the top three that I said.
Oh boy.
Then I'm probably taking.
Just pick 7.
I'm probably taking Tennessee out of there,
Yep, I actually agree with that.
and I'm going to take Kansas City out of there.
Okay.
I think this is the year the AFC West caught up to Kansas City.
Okay. So who's out of there altogether? Who are your teams?
Patriots, Browns, Steelers, Titans, Chiefs out. I got the Bills, Bengals, Ravens, Titans. Or I'm sorry, Bills, Bengals, Ravens,
we got it.
Colts,
All the other ones, we get it. All right.
Raiders, Chargers, Broncos.
So
Who's the 5? Go ahead, you go.
So I would take out. I would say the Chiefs, the
who?
Raiders, Chiefs, Raiders, and Broncos make it.
This is the shit that you definitely clip because we will get a lot of.
The Chiefs.
Chiefs, Raiders, Broncos make it. So the Chargers are out. Titans make it. The Colts are out.
Make it. You just agreed with me. You said the Titans were out.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah. You're right. So
Are you drunk, sir?
The Titans are out. but
What's
the
in that?
Colts-
What's in that coffee cup, buddy?
I wish it was something.
Decaf.
It could be something easily.
Yeah, no, I can't. The Titans are out, but the Colts make it. I agree that you have to say right now the Browns and Steelers,
Okay.
Going into it are probably out. So that's 4, and then I would agree that the Patriots are out. So it's Bills, Bengals, Ravens, Chiefs.
Chargers,
right.
Broncos,
Ra-
Colts.
I'm going to tell you who's out right now. And mark this down because this is what's going
All
to
right,
be.
everyone else be
Browns,
quiet. Let him talk.
Browns, Steelers gone. Bengals also gone. Titans gone, and the Broncos will not make the playoffs. So Bills, Patriots, Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers, and the Ravens.
Yeah, they're gonna blast you on the internet.
I'm on your side
a
about.
shit.
I don't think the Bengals have the season that they had last year.
The Bengals, they're not even. Bengals will be 500.
Yeah, they've lost.
Well, I don't think they can be, but they'll be 9
They
and
lost
8.
like CJ Uzama. They re-signed
9.
Eli Apple. I
So
mean, I
who's
like.
coming
Yeah,
out
they
of-
got stronger at tight end though. They got Hayden Hurst.
So
Hey,
who-
let's not. What was their record last year?
Who?
The
Cincy's?
Bengals. Yeah,
What were they? 10-7, right?
I don't know. I'm asking.
11-6. I don't know, something like that. Yeah.
So who's
They-
coming out
they
of
were
the
very
AFC
inconsistent
North
last year.
for you? Who's coming out of the AFC North? Just the Ravens?
Yeah,
Okay, I think that's crazy, and here's why.
I don't care.
Because
Well,
Who's coming out of
let's let
Everybody
Zach
else
pick.
has questions. Browns, Steelers, questions.
Let Zach pick real quick, and then we can debate.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going with the teams that I think are making it. So I'm going to go Bills. I'm going Ravens. I actually really like the Steelers. I wish they had more wide receiver talent, but I like them. I don't like the Titans.
That's
So
because
you're saying
you're
are the Steelers
fanboying Mitchell.
Wait, are the Steelers
It's
going?
your whole
Yeah.
Mitchell.
Okay.
train.
I'll restart.
Bills,
Yeah.
Ravens, Steelers.
Yeah, so, okay, Bills, Ravens, Steelers, Colts, Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers. I'm leaving the Broncos out.
I left the Broncos out too.
And just in case your meeting has ended 40 minutes ago. So that's me. I mean, I'm leaving the Titans out. I'm never really high
What
on
were the
Titans.
last in the AFC West? Who did you have?
I'm leaving the Broncos out.
So I don't know how you guys are. I guess I can see that.
So here's my thing about the AFC West: is they're playing each other. They're gonna. I mean, they're.
One is not
these guys,
making it.
these guys
Right.
are stewed over here.
But I think 2 could not make it. That's my.
That's
fear.
also potential, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm nervous because I'm saying the Chiefs and the Raiders and the Broncos will make it, but I'm already nervous about that beating each other.
To be totally honest with you, I can see the Chiefs not making it because the Raiders and Chargers are making insane moves, like getting
Yes.
Khalil Mack, getting Devontae Adams, respectively. I can see the Chiefs not making it if that's the second team I'm taking away.
But the Raiders have got to gel. There's a lot of changes.
Yeah.
And the Broncos have got to gel.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of changes. The Chiefs are in form.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Juju is an underrated move. I love that move.
Yeah.
So Devontae Adams had one other quarterback on his mind that he wanted to play with that wasn't Aaron Rodgers.
Guy he
His
played in
best-
college
isn't that his
with.
best friend?
Oh,
His
yeah.
best friend.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. So they have some synergy. I agree with you.
Like that is going to be the smoothest
Oh, let
wide
me tell you.
receiver quarterback transition
What
that you've
what
ever
has
seen.
he been missing? That's what he's been missing. You pair him up with Waller now.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
man.
not just Waller, but you got Renfro.
Yeah,
Looked
Hunter
fantastic
Renfro.
I know,
last
but I'm
year,
saying
yeah.
Waller and
That
him.
team, and then they re-signed Max Crosby, and they brought in another somebody else huge.
I think
on
the
defense,
Broncos
too.
are going to
They
have
got
a problem.
decent. They got decent running backs.
Yeah.
Their line's decent.
See, I think Denver. So Denver's going to have to gel, right? But we know that if anybody's really good at gelling, Mr. Rah Shish Boom Ba, it's Russell. Russ is good at that, right? So Russ is honestly the missing piece for Denver. Denver's offense was pretty dangerous.
Gotta
It's
let
going to be
Russell
the
cook.
most interesting
gotta let-
division in the NFL for sure.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
It's crazy
is on
that-
the
Watching
loose
a lot of
this year.
CBS this year.
It's crazy that we think the Chargers.
Yeah.
Like I think that.
No,
think the
you think the
Chargers are
Chargers.
amazing on paper.
I think they're making the playoffs.
I think they're amazing on paper. I love their defense.
I
It
just said the
seems
Chiefs. Everyone's calling Patrick Mahomes the greatest quarterback in NFL history at this point. I'm saying he ain't gonna make the playoffs.
You know
why are
why?
you trying to pump up your non-chalk takes?
You know why I think the Chargers aren't going to make
Desperate.
it? Because every year they just seem like they do something happens
It's the
and they don't
Chargers.
make it.
It's the Chargers.
Like last
like the
year,
Browns.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
agreed. Last year they were a great team and they didn't make. I mean, I couldn't
Well,
figure
Justin
out why they
Herbert.
didn't make it.
Well, I can tell you, he lost the game to the Texans. That's what happened.
yeah. Chandler
Yeah.
Jones, by the way, is who you're thinking of for the Raiders.
And so they've re-signed.
Oh my!
They re-signed Mike Williams, and they brought in who was the tight? They just brought in a tight end,
Was it they
their
did from
big
the
move
Seahawks,
is on defense?
Gerald Everett.
Yes.
Yeah, their big move is on defense. They
Khalil
got
Mack.
they got a great a bookend
And,
for Joey.
Well,
Bosa.
they made another move.
Yeah, you're right, but I'm blanking on
The
who
kid
it is.
from the Patriots, the corner,
Gilmore.
No.
J.C. Jackson.
J.C. Jackson.
Mr.
You're right,
Interception.
You're right. Yeah.
Missed interception, yeah.
Yeah.
They're showing up that defense because they know who they got to go play all year.
Yeah, literally. That's the. Yeah.
Well, I just think that it's interesting. The talent at
All right,
quarterback
real
has
quick.
gone to the AFC.
Let's just say the name. Let's not elaborate. Which quarterback in that division has the best year this year?
Well, are
Wins,
we doing best
stats,
or best
wins,
over their
stats.
previous?
AFC West?
No, best between the four of them this year. Yeah,
AFC West?
yeah. Who has the best year? I say Herbert.
I'm going to say Derek Carr.
I'm gonna ditto Derek Carr.
I'm going to say
I have him second, but
I am going to say Russell.
Oh, wait. Well, are we dumb for not saying Mahomes, Kelsey,
No.
Juju,
No.
Hill?
The thing that
Kelsey
Really?
can be 34.
the thing that he doesn't have is consistent running back. Like he has good running backs. I think Melvin Gordon, if they get him back, and why am I blanking on the other guy?
Javonte Williams.
Williams. I think that Wilson's gonna,
Javante Williams.
Javonte Williams.
Listen, we know I'm going
Count
to
Dracula.
mispronounce. Listen, we know I'm going to mispronounce.
1, 2.
I think in addition to their three receivers,
I want to run the ball.
I think you just said that, Mark, but
I
okay.
think we know what's going to happen.
No, it was edited out.
This is a foregone conclusion.
Well, hey, listen, you guys know where to find us. You can find us on the tube. You can find us on the tweets. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram and somewhere else.
The
I don't
TikToks.
remember. The TikTok.
TikTok.
At UFL Pie. That's probably where we're the biggest. We're pretty big.
Yeah, we're getting some traction.
pretty
Dude, we're
big.
super
All right.
TikTok stars.
Listen, man. Comment, like, hate, whatever. As long as you interact, we love it.
Yeah.
Not really Mark. He gets a little offended by some of the stuff, but we appreciate you. Peace.